Right then everybody, welcome back to the workshop. We've done a little bit of a tidy up here since the last video, not much, there's still bits laying everywhere. But I thought I'd dig these out, these boxes here. Everybody likes a bit of an unboxing. These are a couple of kits which I saw, I think it was on Facebook actually, I saw them advertised. I thought, yep, that'll do me and you in for a bit of fun. So what have we got in here? Well, we have a couple of Vexers, Vexer kits from Angel Wing Designs. Little indoor flying wings. EPP sheet has been pre-printed. Quite a nice design on there. Couple of fins. Got a slot in. I'm guessing that way. Something like that, maybe. You get the idea, they go on something like that, and one the other side. You get carbon strip, which reinforces, I don't know how well you can see on here, there's, yeah, just by the thumb there, and finger there. Carbon goes into there and reinforces the wing, it's like spars. You've got a 3D printed, by the looks of it, prop guard, which just sits in the, I'll sit somewhere in there, if you can see it, something like that. What else have we got? Some push rods, some tiny little control horns that set into the wing there, just those. These bits, I think from memory of when I read up on them, this is actually like a battery holder or receiver that gets glued onto the bottom of the wing, gives it some protection. So that'll be a bit of fun. So I've got two of these. This one's actually a bit bent. One thing I have found with EPP over the years is, again, I don't know if you can see that, it bends just from usage, from being stored, different temperatures. So yeah, this is folded for transport, so that'll be glue joint down there to build it, but the actual wing itself has got a slight bend to it. But what I suspect I can do is when I glue the spars in, I can put it down flat on the board like that, weight it down, get the glue in, get the spars in, and just leave it flat on the board, and hopefully that'll keep it as straight as it can be. So that'll be a good bit of fun. So I've got two of these, one for me and one for the boy to play with. So when I was looking at these to buy them, so I've got two different coloured, one orange, I think it's an orange coloured one. Yeah, slightly different colour plan form, but it's all pre-printed on the EPP. So two of them. One I do remember just seeing what's written on the box here. One of these, and I'm guessing it's this one, I said, I can't remember the chap's name off the top of my head, who's selling these. He said, one of them's a reject, do you want that one? I was like, yeah, that's fine with me, I haven't got a problem with that, as long as it builds fine. I can't actually find what's wrong with it, just by looking at it. He said it's something with the printing that's slightly off, but I can't see anything blatantly obvious with the printing. So maybe he's put the wrong thing in the box or whatever, but I'm happy with it as it is. So I've also got a box of goodies that I've put together for this lot to power these. Now, first thing, obviously, got this is all going on recommendations from the chap at Angel Wing Designs as to what to put into these Vexers, as they're called. It's designed to be an indoor wing or flown outdoors on a really light day. So we've got on battery, I bought a whole pile of these. 180 milliamp 2S 40Cs Nanotechs. If we can see them there. Tiny little battery, but apparently that's the right one for it. So I think there's 10 or 8 or 10 of them in a box there. What else we got? Right, motors. Now again, there's a couple of options for these, or recommended, but that is the tiniest little brushless motor I've ever bought. It's I've got to get the spec on this now. Raystar is the brand. These are from Banggood. It's a BR1106 3800 kV, and it feels like a really nice miniature. No, it's like any other brushes, but just tiny, tiny, tiny. I like it. It's just a nice little. It's just. It amazes me how technology has moved on over the years to create something like that. If someone said to me 15 years ago, "Oh, we're going to make a brushless motor that's the size of your fingernail," you know, and it's going to turn a 4x3 prop, and you'll be able to fly it indoors on a lithium battery of all things, I'd have laughed at them. But I'm actually really impressed with the quality and engineering of that. It's a really nice little motor. So I bought 4 of them because I didn't have them individually in stock individually. So I bought 4 as I needed 2. So I've got 4 of those. What else we got for them? Oh, we've got some servos. These, I can't remember if these were the recommended ones or if I always went searching for something that was suitable, but I've never used these ones before. These are Turnigy TGY 1370As, 3.7 gram servos. They're meant to, well, it says here they're quite fast, 0.1 of a second, and 400 grams torque. So we'll see what they're like. I'm sure they'll be fine for indoor use. So I've got 4 of them. And again, as I've had 4 motors, I thought I'd buy 4 speed controllers, little 6 amp I think these are, from memory. Again, dinky little things. Tiny little speed controllers there. Yeah, I don't know if that will focus on it. Yeah, 6 amp, 2 to 4S LiPo, 4S through that. Don't know if I'd want to try that, but you never know. What's the worst that can happen? So tiny little ESCs. Stick that back in the box. That's how I bought 4 of them because I've got 4 motors, and it always annoys the hell out of me when I go to get a motor and I haven't got an ESC for it. Or a suitable ESC. And some props. Now these came from Robot Birds. I was looking around to try and find some props, 4.3s or even 4 by, let me get this right, 4x3s or 4x2.5. Now a bit of discussion with the chap, I'm going to find his name, the chap at Angel Wings. He said depending on the motor, either there's a GWS prop, which are quite hard to get hold of now seemingly. There's a 4x2.5, and that's fine. But these props, these are the Graupner Speed Cam props. These are 4x3s. They're great props. I've used them in larger sizes before, quite a lot. They're really quite quiet as well. These ones came from Robot Birds in the UK here because they had them in stock. Have I got 3 different ones here? No, all the same. Yeah, all 4x3s. So I've got 3 of those. But these as well, the motor has got a 1.5mm shaft, and these I think are a 4mm shaft hole. So again, I was looking around for a prop adapter. Luckily enough, Robot Birds did them as well. These are the, what I call the O-ring type. So you put them onto the motor, screw down the screws so that holds the prop driver onto the shaft of the motor, and then you put the prop on and put the O-ring over the top of the prop around the screws to hold it on. In a tractor model, when the motor's at the front, it's good because if you hit the deck or dink it or whatever, the prop will just ping off, less likely to break the prop. But as this one's going to be actually mounted sort of right in the middle of the motor, the motor's going to be mounted right in the middle of the model, chances are this won't actually come off through damage. The only thing I can think of maybe is if you, when you land in it, if the prop's sticking down, it could catch the floor or something like that. But we'll see how it goes. The only thing I haven't got just now to get on with these is I haven't got any glue. Need to get some pour to put it together. I've been told you can use cyano on it, but for me cyano on EPP goes brittle after a while, whereas pour stays flexible. With my flying, and my boys flying, I don't know how long these models will last, but I suspect pour will make them last longer than using cyano. So yeah, everything's there ready to build them, apart from receivers. Now, I fly Spectrum. I'm not going to open up debate on what's the best radio and this, that and the other. Everybody's got their own personal choice. I'm thinking I could probably fit one of these. It's an AR6115. Again, tiny little lightweight receiver. I could take it out of its cardboard case, or plastic case, make it a bit lighter. That'd be fine for me. But currently, my boy's flying Futaba. I'm not sure what little receivers I've got to go in that, so I have to have a think on that. Might even have to take the plunge and get him onto Spectrum, but we'll see. So that's what I've got with those. That's something that's going to be on this table hopefully sooner rather than later to get built and flown. We are the wrong side of Christmas for the indoor flying of this winter. So hopefully I can get them done so we can get some indoor sessions done this year with them. Various other life work commitments I've got in the way. But yeah, that should be good. Should be a bit of fun. Hopefully, once they're flying, get some indoor flying footage of them going. So, for now, I'll catch you all later.